All right, it's now 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and yeah, we seem to have that that glitch that we had there. I once again want to apologize to you all, and yeah, it is one of those things. Yeah, we were in the middle of, I was in the middle of sharing with you the voice, so I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna restart that voice there. I wonder if this is the one where if this is the what caused the problem.
I have both talked to you about speaking Spanish in my classroom, and now I'm the one that's being bad because I'm asking you to meet my expectations.
We didn't, okay, but we didn't know that was a policy. You could have reminded us.
I have been talking to you about it since the beginning of school. Every time you talk in Spanish,
you just tell us to stop talking.
Yes,
you don't
but
like.
Why do you think I do that?
We don't know.
Okay,
we're like,
two reasons. One, it's unfair to other people. You're speaking a language that half the people in the classroom can't speak, so it makes it seem like you guys are talking about them. Two, today I had a girl breaking down right in front of you guys, and you guys were giggling, and then you started speaking Spanish.
Who was breaking down? Because we don't focus on anyone but ourselves. If I'm talking Spanish to her because I know obviously no one else can understand me.
Yeah. Okay, but why? Why do that? What is the point of that?
We always do it in ceramics and
Okay, but I'm not the teacher of ceramics. But I'm not the teacher of ceramics.
I know, but I'm not ever saying anything bad in Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, we literally just speak Spanish, in general.
But that is my request. It has been my request.
Mm-hmm.
So it's disrespectful when you don't do what I'm asking you to do.
Okay, well, just next time, because we
No,
just didn't
there's
know.
not going to be a next time.
So just because we speak Spanish, you're gonna automatically think we're talking about someone in the class.
And I understand some Spanish. So sometimes I do know what you guys are talking about.
We're never talking
Not
about
all
someone.
the time, and I can't pick it up nearly as quickly. But I do know some Spanish.
It's not like we're saying anything bad, so it's...
That's not the point. The point is that I've asked you not to.
Yeah, but we didn't know the reason, so we were taking
But you
it
didn't
and
ask
we were...
me. Kimberly, you didn't ask me.
Because I feel like that's something you should also tell us. You're the teacher. You're the adult. Why do we have to...
That's right. I am the adult.
Exactly.
And you are to do exactly what I tell you when it's in my classroom. If I tell you not to speak Spanish, there's a reason. I don't have to give you a reason. You're supposed to do it. Now, moving forward, there will be absolutely no Spanish in my classroom.
There will be no Spanish in the classroom moving forward. So, yeah. What is your take on that? What is your take on that? It's 23 minutes after 9 o'clock. We have a few more minutes left in the program. 508-762-7621. Was that disconnected also? I don't know. Was my phone line disconnected? Oh, I didn't even check that. 508-762-7621. I did not check if my phone line was disconnected when I got disconnected earlier. But we will see if it works, if somebody tried to call me. 508-762-7621. What is your take? Do you believe that the teacher was being harsh on the students for speaking Spanish in the class? Obviously, an English speaking class. The teacher said she believed it was disrespectful. What's your take on that? 508-762-7621. Do you believe that the teacher was correct on that? What's your take? 508-762-7621. Again, I want to apologize to my listeners and viewers. We had a break in the transmission earlier, and yeah, we had to run off here and go take care of some business. So let me see, somebody is calling here. Let me accept this call here. Good evening, you are live on the radio.
Good evening. I am driving, so I'm not sure if I'm going to stay connected until I finish.
Okay, no problem.
Honestly, I do not believe that the teacher is correct, and I believe that the teacher is rude.
Mm.
Um, and the reason why I say this, we speak patois,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that a lot of, especially American white people, have a problem when we're talking to each other and they do not understand what we're saying.
Mm.
Um, Patois, yes, it's not a language, but whatever. It's our language that we speak, even though we can speak English.
Right.
And if I'm talking to you, I am gonna talk to you so that you understand what I am saying. So if I am talking patois, simply mean I'm not talking to you. So one, the teacher is accusing them of talking about her, and
Right.
at the same time telling them that she knows a little Spanish. But I don't even think she knows anything about Spanish. She's just saying that for the
Yeah.
kids to believe that
She
she
understands something.
understands some of what they're saying when they're talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of time that's what they do. They being rude, and when we're talking, you the kids can speak English, and they will speak English when they're talking to her or other people in the classroom that are not Spanish. But if they feel comfortable speaking their language to each other, it shouldn't be an issue. I don't believe it should be an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way she was talking to them was too controlling and bossy. As a teacher, you're not supposed to be so bossy and controlling, because what they were doing is not like they were doing something wrong, you know. And yes, she asked not to speak the language, and she did not explain why they should speak that language. And they should have asked her.
Right.
You should have asked me. Really?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't like her tone. And I don't like that bossy, controlling attitude that she put out there.
Mm.
They always have a problem with us when we speak any form of language that they don't understand.
Yeah.
They're kids, leave them be.
So you
I'll go
believe?
learn. I'll go learn to speak Spanish if you want to. If you want to understand.
Yeah, yeah. So you believe that
That is
the
just,
teacher was wrong?
I believe she was wrong. I believe she was rude, and she came across too controlling and bossy. As a teacher, why you have to be so controlling and bossy? And they're kids, but you don't speak it in here. I don't want you to speak it in my classroom. Hello? That's their language. And if that's what they're comfortable speaking, leave them be. I mean,
Yeah.
she wasn't talking to me, and I was like, really?
I tell you.
You know?
All right. Thank you very
And
much.
I don't have to explain to you why I don't want you to speak Spanish in my classroom.
Mm.
I don't have to explain anything to you. Oh, really? Some of these teachers, they're really too. Well, that's my take on this matter.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate the call.
You're welcome.
Yeah. At 508-762-7621. What is your take? Do you believe that the students had a right to speak how they were speaking? They were speaking Spanish. The teacher said, "Do not speak Spanish in my classroom." But they were speaking Spanish anyway. The teacher reprimanded them. What's your take on it? 508-762-7621. Once again, I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. For the last time, I apologize for the break in transmission. We're having some difficulties in the studio, but we seem to have overcome that for the time being. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, 508-762-7621. I say again, 508-762-7621. So the hot topic, this one earlier we were talking about the hurricane in Jamaica and Melissa, the response of the minister. Now, I played for you the clip of the lady, of the teacher reprimanding the students for speaking Spanish. Now, I'm going to go to my blog and I'm going to pull up for you my response or my thoughts on what I believe is the response to the hurricane relief in Jamaica. I was talking to DL earlier, and he said that it's too early to pass any form of a judgment. But if you would go to my blog, you would have seen where I wrote the article last night, early this morning, and it is entitled Jamaica's Failing Grade in Hurricane Melissa Relief, a call for systemic reform. And I don't know if I can share my screen. Yeah, I'm going to try to do that. Share my screen with you guys, for those of you watching, so you can read along with me. Here is the blog. It says, 2 weeks after Hurricane Melissa tore through Jamaica, the nation's recovery remains painfully slow, despite the government's declared commitment and visible efforts. Thousands of citizens who lost their homes are still displaced, and several communities remain unreachable. While natural disasters inevitably test a nation's resilience, Jamaica's response to Hurricane Melissa exposes deep systemic weaknesses that demand urgent reform. Now, the initial governmental response to Hurricane Melissa was, by all indications, inadequate. Reports from affected communities reveal delays in relief distribution, inconsistent communication, and limited coordination between national and local agencies. Emergency shelters were insufficiently supplied, and access to food, clean water, and medical care was uneven across parishes. While officials worked tirelessly under difficult conditions, the absence of a clear, unified strategy amplified the crisis. This pattern of slow mobilization and fragmented response is not new. It has characterized Jamaica's disaster management approach for decades and points to a larger structural issue: the country's chronic unpreparedness for large-scale emergencies. Jamaica's disaster management framework, though well-intentioned, remains largely reactive. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, the ODPEM, and related agencies face persistent challenge, including limited resources, bureaucratic bottlenecks, and unclear chains of command during emergencies. This systemic fragility reflects a broader governance problem: the absence of a dedicated, proactive institution with both the authority and capacity to coordinate disaster preparation, response, and recovery seamlessly. Now, the existing model relies heavily on crisis response rather than long-term risk reduction. What Jamaica urgently needs, ladies and gentlemen, is a comprehensive, proactive disaster management system, one that functions effectively before, during, and after disasters. Such an entity should be empowered to, and I list three things here: prepare, respond, and recover. So when you prepare, you implement risk mapping, strengthening infrastructure, stockpile relief supplies, and enforce building codes in vulnerable areas. Then you respond. You ensure rapid deployment of personnel, resources, and communication across government levels and regions. Then you recover. You manage long-term rehabilitations, housing reconstruction, and socio-economic recovery initiatives. Without this shift, the nation will remain trapped in a cycle of reactive governance, perpetually responding to crises rather than anticipating them. Now, I did a little bit of research for this article here, and I found some global best practices for disaster management. And I list them here that Jamaica can draw on for valuable lessons. Jamaica can, adopt some of these international best practices. Like, for example, FEMA in the United States, the Centralized Disaster Coordination, where the United States Federal Emergency Management serves as a single coordinating body with clear jurisdiction, ensuring efficiency in both planning and response. There is one in the Philippines that they call the Community Empowerment. And this established local disaster risk reduction council, training citizens as first responders and decision makers in their own communities. In Japan and Taiwan, they utilize advanced data analytics, the real-time alerts, and digital mapping to anticipate hazards and mobilize responses swiftly. In Chile, the enforcement of earthquake-resistant construction standards has drastically reduced casualties and infrastructure damage in subsequent disasters. And I went on to list some more, right? I list a few more. But what I believe is the path forward, ladies and gentlemen, is that Hurricane Melissa should serve as a wake-up call for us all. Because while natural disasters are unavoidable, inadequate responses are not. I say again, while natural disasters are unavoidable, inadequate responses are not. Jamaica must move beyond temporary fixes and adopt a comprehensive, proactive disaster management model. One that can adopt, integrate preparedness, response, and recovery under a single strategic framework. This is not merely a matter of efficiency, it is a matter of national security, economic stability, and human dignity. The government's efforts, though commendable in its intent, must now evolve into a long-term systemic solution. The time for reaction is over, and Jamaica must embrace preparation as its new standard. And you can find that article at CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. You can find the article, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you on YouTube, you can find the article right here at Caribbean Vibes Radio Network at www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. And you can check out my weekly blog right here. It is Caribbean with a K. For those of you listening on the radio, I would encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. Caribbean, that's KVR Network rather, on YouTube. We are KVR Network on YouTube. We are www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. That's Caribbean with a K, VIBEZ, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. All right, it is now 8:42, my friends. You can give me a call, 508. Do you agree with my assessment on the hurricane preparedness? I know I was reading a little bit, was a little bit far away from me, so the screen, I need glasses, so my reading isn't the best. So this was, let me see if I can pull this one up here. Daryl Vaz talking about Buju Banton earlier today.
Unfortunate post yesterday by a musician indicating that there were some wrongdoings in relation to the cargo that came for relief. While I welcome all efforts and attempts for persons to help in small, medium, and large ways, fact of the matter is that we must have an accountable system. And I want to publicly state today, without fear of contradiction, that I did an overnight investigation, including cameras and including the custom broker who handled the shipment. And I want to make it very clear that the shipment left the airport intact as it came, fully wrapped, and everything that was there left the airport in the custody of the charitable organization. It went to a warehouse in Spanish Town, which the government has no involvement in whatsoever. So as far as what we did in terms of making sure that the goods that were meant for the people, the poor suffering people, were delivered. And I want to thank all of the airport staff that continue to work so tirelessly under the worst strain and pressure to make sure that we manage all of these cargo flights in a smooth and efficient manner. I am the first one to say that it's not perfect because we are now overburdened with more flights than we normally expect. However, we are doing our best, and I'm going to ask for everybody to please just do what you are doing and do so in the best interest of the people of Jamaica, and do not cause mischief or nuisance, because I will be there to defend the government as long as it is on the seaside or the port side. Absolute rubbish was posted, and I say so without fear of contradiction. And anybody who wants, come to me and I will give you the evidence.
Yeah, man came out swinging. Yeah, man came out swinging, you know, because him say is absolute rubbish. So I don't know. In my opinion, I guess because let me tell you what I think is going on. It's a lot of politicking going on here. Because Buju Banton has drawn a line in the sand. And he has declared himself a comrade. There's nobody labeling him as a comrade. And he has a right to be whatever he wants to be, and he has a right to support whichever party he wants to support. But I guess when you are a public figure and you decide to take a side, that's what happened. So now he's not being taken seriously by a lot of people because some people says he doesn't have any credibility because he's just playing politics. I don't know. One of the things, as I was telling Dale earlier, is that, hey, listen, man, I am glad that Buju Banton brought this thing back to the forefront because a whole heap we feel the hands of custom brokers, not custom brokers, what do you call them? Custom officers and people who work in the wharves and whatnot and the airport. We have too much thief down in Jamaica who work in the airport. And people can't go down with them things in peace without have to worry about if it's going to reach. If you send something, you have to worry whether or not it is going to reach the destination and the people who you send it to is going to get everything that you send. It has put so much strain on people that you have to be constantly trying to beat them at their own game. So if you're sending shoes, you can't send a pair of shoes. Or if you're carrying shoes, you can't carry the shoes in the same suitcase. Especially if it's a nice pair of shoes. If you have a pair of Clarks, you can't put it in. Come on, man. We're not supposed to be doing... Come on, man. You cannot. Hey, Sister Shireen, how are you? Good to see you. You cannot have a pair of Clarks and put it in a suitcase. You can't have a Louis Vuitton, whatever it is, and put it in there. Because once them see it, excuse me. Once them see it, them I go scamp it. And this has been going on for decades. And nobody's doing anything about it. So the fact that whether Buju Banton lie or him not lie, the fact is that a lot of people are happy that he brought this thing back to the forefront. Because a lot of people, and I hear people now in this time of the hurricane, the aftermath of the hurricane, a lot of people are saying they are getting scammed. Their things are going missing from suitcases. Suitcases are coming up half empty. Barrels are coming up half empty. And it's just going on. How long are we going to continue to do this in Jamaica? Why are we as a people still doing this to each other? Why is there no accountability? I've never heard of anybody being fired, going to jail, or anything of that nature when it comes to thieving people's things at the airport and at the wharves. So Mr. Vaz can get up because he probably has the evidence in this instance, on this occasion, that, Buju Banton was mistaken. But what about the thousands of Jamaicans that this thing happened to on a yearly basis? What is Mr. Vaz going to do? Is he going to stand up on his high horse? Is he going to beat his chest to say this is not happening? Because he cannot say, yes, he can say in this specific instance that it may not be the way, may not have gone the way Buju Banton said it did. But I am hoping, ladies and gentlemen, that Mr. Vaz will take this as an opportunity, not to bash. He should, and I think this is where he lost me. I think this is where the minister lost me. Instead of just bashing and talking about absolute rubbish, what I believe he should have done.
Post yesterday by our nuisance, because I will be there to defend the government as long as it is on the seaside or the port side.
He's there to defend. You hear what he's saying? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear what the minister said.
Do so in the best interest of the people of Jamaica and do not cause mischief or nuisance, because I will be there to defend the government as long as it is.
I will be there. I want you to listen to that clearly. As the minister responsible for transportation and whatever else he is responsible for, telecommunications and whatever, he is he's going to defend not your interest, not the taxpayers' interest. He's not there to solve your problems. What the minister clearly said, his own words, he's there to defend the government. Now, a lot of Jamaicans voted for this government to return to office because they believe that they were doing a fairly decent job in stabilizing the economy and managing the economy. It doesn't mean, and I hope they understand this, it doesn't mean that there is unending support for this government, because the Jamaican people, especially the people who vote JLP, a lot of people, you do have some diehard JLP supporters, but a lot of people who vote for the JLP are not dieharded. And the Jamaican government, I hope them understand that they can easily lose that support. So I don't want them to feel like, because there's one thing with a lot of people who support the Jamaica Labour Party, is that they are smart, intelligent people. They are rational people. And if they believe that you're doing a good job, they will support you. But there's one thing that the people, they are not, what do you call that? The people them who support you blindly. What them call the Trump supporters them? Cultists. The people who support, a lot of people who support the Jamaica Labour Party, they will withdraw. They may not go and support the People's National Party, but they will probably just kiss them teeth and just stay home the next election if they believe that this government is arrogant and not listening to the people. So, I'd advise Mr. Vaz to tone it down a little bit. It's not everything you need to pick a fight on. Some things, as the minister and as the governor, Minister of Government responsible for that portfolio, you can, okay, I hear you, and this is not so, but I understand why people are frustrated, because this has been going on for a long time. And as minister in charge, I am going to try to eradicate such actions. No, that wasn't his tone. His tone was to tell you that it was rubbish. Rubbish. Buju Banton was spewing. Garbage. And he's there to defend the government. Not your interest. Not the taxpayers' interest. But he's there to defend the government. I see that. It strikes me as arrogant. And the Jamaica Labour Party, they are to be mindful of the fact that people gave them a third term. Doesn't mean that them control Jamaica. It doesn't mean that... Hello, you're live on the radio.
A pleasant good night to you, Chris.
Hey, Sister Pat, how are you?
I am good. I love the background. I'm watching the program on my smart TV.
Your smart TV. So big up on your TV.
Oh, me, this is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're quite welcome. And of course, I was on a group chat with two of my sisters. I said, listen, I gotta go now. I gotta put my
like
$2,000 worth.
Oh my God!
$2,000 worth.
All right. Yeah, we have a few minutes left on Linkage Radio. We can go over on the YouTube channel if we want to, but on Linkage Radio we're gonna be cut off in the next few minutes. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw the video yesterday where Buju Banton was very, I'm not going to say disgruntled, he was upset. And there was explicits upon explicits.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's right, because for years and years, people have been complaining about their stuff being confiscated or stolen, whatever word we want to use, you know. And he came out and he said, yes, there were things that were shipped down and they were missing. And that's why he was upset. Now, there seems to be some controversy. People are saying he took it the wrong way. I agree with him. He is the first person to actually come out and call out the government that they're thief. People been complaining. You, as a tourist, you're traveling. When they at the airport, you're going through custom. You don't realize that things missing until when you reach home. People send down their barrel. Half of the stuff is taken out. And you say to yourself, they have to have policies and procedures put in place to secure people and them things when they travel. Now, I hear what Buju is saying. Now I'm hearing some form of rebuttal from Mr. Vaz. I am not a politician. I don't have no particular party allies, whether PMP or JLP. But truth is truth. You have to call a thief a thief. Understand? And people, it's not a fiction of their imagination. They know what they're talking about. It has happened to them. It's experience. And given the climate, a time like this, nobody should be stealing. In Kingston, they were not really affected and impacted by the hurricane.
Yeah.
So the people who are in desperate need, one should not be taken from those people who are in need. Give them a chance. And the man is right to be upset in Bringle. But I believe the government right now, their rebuttal is calling the man rubbish. The man is, he know what he's talking about. He's not crazy. Take responsibility. They know that these things have been happening and that people have been complaining. But he is the first one to actually come out and put the government on blast. Don't cover it up.
He really put them on blast, because it's all over the world.
Yes.
I went to work this morning. And somebody was here and it said, and this was a white dude came to me and he said, "Oh, you see, Butcher Banton isn't talking about, whatever he was talking." I'm like, "Yep."
And he's well recognized,
Yeah.
irrespective of what. He's well recognized, and they're gonna take his word, for truth.
But here's where I see the whole thing, Sister Pat.
Yes.
They're saying that it didn't go the way Butcher Banton said because nobody stole anything on the compound. So if the things went missing, it was after it left the warehouse and whatnot. All right, that's whatever. I don't know the specifics of this particular case, and I hear that there's documents to prove otherwise from what Butcher Banton is saying. My problem is that this thing has been happening for decades. And I was telling DL earlier, just this year I went down to Jamaica and they stole things out of my suitcase.
Oh, you see what I mean?
This is happening. This has been happening for a while. We always have to worry about how we pack our suitcases. You have to put one shoes over here, one in the other suitcase. One, you can't put the expensive cologne. You can't this, you can't that. You can't carry it with you. No, the reason you can't carry your expensive cologne with you is that you can't carry it in your hand luggage because it's going to be over certain amount. They're going to take it away.
Ounces,
exactly.
Take it away.
And if you put it in your suitcase, the thief, them are going to thief it out.
Because they know what they're looking for.
Yeah, they stole my cologne from my thing the other day. So these are the things that Jamaicans have been going through for decades. And
yes,
it has been successive governments, and none of them seem to be able to fix the problem.
Address this. They never address it. They never acknowledge that.
Never acknowledge it.
Let's put it this way. Moreover, to address it.
So I am happy that Bujo Banton finally put them on blast, whether or not film things is actually missing. Me glad say him put them on blast because somebody need to take it. And what Bujo Banton is done now, a lot of people are amplifying it because people are saying we're tired of them. A thief out with something.
We're tired of it.
We're tired. And nobody now do nothing.
Yes. I know my sister one year, she was going down, she packed her barrel, salt fish, corned beef and all like that. When she went to the wharf to claim the barrel, 3/4 of the stuff gone. It's as if she never is them help her buy her stuff and put it in there.
Yeah, man.
And you said to yourself, you're bringing stuff down to help the people in the country who are in need, and the people in my town thieving the people's stuff. So no, man. Yeah. I love what Buju did. Yes, whoever want to disagree, that is too bad. But we all know that this has been happening, and no one has taken the stand to address it. So that's if this is what it takes to put them on blast and for them to be held accountable, so be it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Sister Pat. I had a break in transmission earlier. We were having some technical difficulties.
I know. So I am watching the TV and it keeps chipping out too, and I have to keep going back to the home screen.
So, wow. Yeah, it happens, I mean, what are we gonna do? It's called technology. So sometimes it fails us. But we just have to keep moving.
With the bad.
But there was one other one, Sister Pat, that I wanted you to chime in on before you go. The one with the Spanish speaking children in the classroom.
Oh, okay.
What is your take on that one?
I remember that topic.
Yeah.
Now.
The teacher was was very stern on the students speaking Spanish in the classroom, and she was like, "No, I'm not having that. You can't speak Spanish in my classroom." What's your take?
And she's absolutely correct. Now, I find that folks who speak a different tongue, they have a total disrespect and disregard for other people. I remember where I was working. I work with the federal and, with the state, and we never speak in our tongue when we are with people because you want to be understood. You can't speak patois to someone who does not understand what you're saying. It gives the impression that you're disrespecting the person, you're talking about them. And so I find even when you go to the doctor's office, you're on the bus, you're whatever, I find folks who are of a different tongue, the Spanish and the Haitians, Haitins, they be on their phone and they, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying to myself, good God have mercy. And so if the teacher says from day one, this is going to be the principle, the protocol, because, you have to have laws, you have to have principles. And once you have outlined in your syllabus, in college, you get your syllabus, high school, you get your syllabus, and it gives you your outline for the entire semester. Now, it's incumbent upon the student to keep looking at the syllabus from time to time. What is the policy and procedure? Now, if the teacher says, I do not want for you to be speaking Spanish in my class, wait until you get your break, then you want to yap, that is your business. But I would not entertain it. And she is absolutely correct. Someone has to take a stand. You have to step up to the plate. You have to let folks know what you expect for them to do. If she did not explain it, she did not put it as a protocol, then I guess it would be okay. But from the mere fact she says, I don't want to hear it, you have to obey. Even in heaven, there was laws, and the adversary was disobedient. He broke the laws. He says he don't have to obey God. So what about man? What about us? So we have to respect something or somebody. There's a superior being that we have to answer our call to. Look at for example, in the United States, look at our government right now. We see how dictatorial it is. But this person has put out his policies and procedure, and he's telling you this is what he wants. Whether you like it, yes or no, you step up to the plate,
Yeah.
So, but I totally agree with the teacher. Yes, she gave them instruction, and I believe they should follow instruction. And something, Chris, if you do not learn how to discipline yourself from home, when you come out in the public, you're going to exhibit that same bad behavior that you do at home. As we say in Jamaica, you practice the dance a yard before you go out in the street to go dance.
Yes.
So if you are going to be disciplined at home, if there are rules and there are regulations that you have to adhere to, it enables us to be different adults in society. When we as children, we were growing up, we were told to be seen and not be heard. And if you dare open your mouth, you get a flap on your lip. You get a beat down.
That's true.
Yes, you get a beat down, but the teacher can, use physical abuse on the kids. So she gonna use her verbal. She gonna exercise her verbal right. I don't want to hear it, and don't argue with me either. You can argue with your parents, but I am the adult here. I am the teacher, and this is my domain. When you're out of my jurisdiction, then you can go and do as you please. But in the meantime, I'm asking you to be respectful. This is why you have so many kids who are so disrespectful, Chris.
Yeah.
They don't have no respect. No, they have no respect for adults. And if one does not respect him or herself, how are you going to respect, an adult? We're raising a bunch of lawless kids who don't want to be disciplined.
All right.
So those are my $2,000 worth.
I get expensive, sister. But no, so can afford you,
No, man. When it's 2,000, I give you $2,000 worth tonight.
Okay, all right.
When it's 2 cents, it's 2 cents.
All right, that is true. That is true.
Chris.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate the call as usual.
Good night, yes, and God's willing, Sunday evening I will be on.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, then.
God bless you.
Bye-bye now.
All right, so I guess that's where we gotta leave it for another week on the hot topics. Once again, I want to apologize to everybody who tuned in. So take it easy, my friends, and I will catch you on a Sunday right here on the big bad station, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Don't forget to check out the website at www.CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Check out the website and read the blogs, the weekly blogs every week. All right, take care.
Oh, yes,
I will catch you on Sunday.
Lovely as the ray of sun.
Have a fantastic night.
That touches me when the morning comes, feels good to me. Well, my love and smoother than a gentle breeze, flowing through my mind with ease, soft as can be. When you're loving me, when you're loving me, love to be riding the wave of your love, enchanted with your touch and sing to me.